Good evening and welcome to the Dream Team Tonic podcast as we preview Gameweek 24 Sun Dream Team. Ben, how does it feel after being dumped out of the cup with corruption?
I know. Unbelievable, eh? Everyone's moaning about VAR and then we don't have VAR and then make mad decisions like that. Yeah, completely offside.
I said it the other day, didn't I? When I know we weren't on the wrong side of it when we played Man United, but watching the game, I kind of felt like actually it needed it. But yeah, it's showing itself up a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I just think they need to make the decisions a bit. Obviously, the ones that are a bit closer, give the benefit to the attacker instead of sitting there for 10 minutes having a look at it. We're looking at getting the ruler out, millimeters and stuff like that. Give you the benefit to the attacker, but when it's obvious stuff like that, then obviously they'll see the faults straight away if they had the VAR.
Yeah,
and the same thing happened. Same thing happened in the Blackburn game. Sattler's same sort of free kick. Blackburn scored, should have been a goal, and he got ruled out ruled out. And then they should have had a penalty after that as well, Blackburn.
We'll always find something to moan about, eh? Right, so we're previewing Gameweek 24, Sun Dream Team. We're recording this on Monday, so the Palace game is still ongoing. I think they're 2-0 up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to preview Gameweek 24, which is a small Premier League double with Premier League and then the Champions League playoff second leg. We have got Tony, or we're calling him Macatoni for this week. You'll know why when you see his team in a minute. But he keeps joining in and out. He's having some technical issues, so hopefully he'll be with us at some point. Quick shout out to some of the guys in the chat. David F has been waiting patiently. He came early because we started on time last week, and of course we're late now this time. So sorry, David, for keeping you hanging. I did wonder whether we should just start with just him in a bit earlier. Mark Tavares in the chat. Gary Walker, James Fricker, Miss Noopy, Joe Cook, Roberto, Nad Gill, Johnny Yates, Ian Curry, Steve Ricks, Philip Harrison, and that's about it. And Miss Noopy knows Tony's been banished for going crazy and captaining McAtee. So we'll go through his team if he joins us. But let us know in the comments if you've taken any crazy punts so far this FA Cup week. Ben, talk us through. Are we going to have a little bit of a scrap here about Marmoush?
No.
God, you.
Yeah, you dropped the shoulder and didn't you? And you went and put the captain on him.
Scary it was.
Yeah, you were talking to me about it, weren't you? And I was saying like Marmoush could be one, and then you were like, "Oh, Salah's had double digits the last 3 games or something." Even in a single, he can still score loads of points. So, and then I agreed with you because I was thinking, Everton, I think he could still get at least 10 points in that game. So I've just captain Salah. So my captain hasn't played yet. Yeah. So you've captained Marmoush, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you're on 12 points so far.
Could have gone worse, but could have gone better. If you knew that he was starting, I think you would have expected more.
Yeah, I brought in Marmoush as well for Isak, and I brought Gakpo in for this run of games for Son. Gakpo didn't play at the weekend, but didn't think he would. It's more for the Everton game and the European fixtures. Martinez, another game where he loses the odd goal at the end, but I think it didn't really make much difference to my rank because I got Kulusevski, and I think he got 5 points more or less for the assist. So I lost the 5 points from Martinez and gained it with Kulusevski.
I was saying it with Porro. When in our match chat in the Discord, I was saying it about Porro because I think it was Porro had a shot on target where literally just lit. It was the worst shot straight at Martinez, and you're thinking you're getting 2 points for that. You're getting the Porro shot and the Martinez save almost. So yeah, that was quite good.
Yeah. So I've got 5 Liverpool players and only one played. Diaz got 2 points. I got Van Dijk, Trent. Hopefully he's back for Everton. Salah and Gakpo. Porro got 4. Foden 1. Just got Real Madrid tomorrow. Kulusevski 10. Fernandez 9. That wasn't even a free kick before they got the free kick either. The balls got booted at James Justin, and the referees gave it a free kick last minute of the game. Go on, have a go. EFL referee, I've never seen his face before. What's he doing a high-profile match like? Anyway, Diaz 2, Marmoush 6, and Salah and Gakpo yet to play.
There's hardly any point in me doing mine, is there?
I know. 37 points. And a slight green arrow. 4-4-2 now.
4-4-2. Bit of a jump.
Yeah.
We are literally. That is the same team, isn't it? Is that the same team?
Yeah, I think you've got the same team now.
same team, but yeah, I went Marmoush captaincy, which it's not like me at all. I was panicking really. I was kept flicking between Marmoush and Salah, and the safe part of me did really want to go with Salah. I kept looking at his returns, thinking he can do it in a single. But then, like where I am, I've been just stuck around 50 for quite a while. I've gone as low as 20th. I've gone as high as 70th, but I just keep lingering around 50. And I thought this is going to be one where at least you could go different and get the extra game. So I think about 5 minutes before the deadline, I decided I'm going to settle on Marmoush, and then I left the room, left my laptop, because otherwise I would have kept messing about with it. So yeah, I settled for it. He was a little bit disappointing, actually. He got his 3 shots on target. He had some opportunities, but he wasn't taking them. Just hope that he plays against Madrid now. Do you think he will?
I was more confident of him playing against Madrid at the start of the week, but I'm not sure. I think he'll get minutes, definitely get something, but I'm not sure if he'll start.
He got 90 in it, because I was like you. I thought, he's nailed on for the Real Madrid start, and I could get lucky with the cup. That's how I felt. Yeah. Oh, well, I say I could get lucky. I told you, didn't I? Text you, said I've listened to 3 Man City podcasts today. Marmoush is starting. This game does sick things to you. My team's basically the same as yours, but Marmoush cap.
You did different transfers to me, but we've ended up in the same team. Yeah,
I had Gabriel at centre back, obviously not playing, so I took him out for Van Dijk. He sacked to Marmoush. So yeah, we were just talking about Munoz as well, weren't we? Because he's having a good game. I think he's got a goal. Probably going to get the clean sheet as well. It looks like 15 points. So it's kind of debating him over Virgil van Dijk. But I thought if I'm going to go for a punt in attack, I kind of want someone that I could just keep on for a little while in defence. So
yeah,
looking up
he's on for a 15-pointer now at the minute.
Lovely if you went there.
Yeah. Did you see the goal?
Yes, I only went and watched it back because I quickly took my dog out, and I heard that it was I heard the commentary say that it was a Mateta shot, hit the post, and then Munoz put the rebound in. So I was like, Mateta's going to get the assist there. But
do you know? Sorry, do you know the goal that the Villa goal that got ruled out against Wolves the other week, and they said it was obstruction?
Yeah.
If it was VAR in this, they probably wouldn't have done it if it was in a VAR game. Basically, they had a free kick, and they put Mateta in the middle, just behind the wall, standing in front of the goalie, but on the edge of the box. And then 2 Doncaster defenders were standing round him, and then 2 Palace players came and stood inside the Doncaster players, so that Mateta had free reign to turn with the ball. So Kamada played the ball into him, and the 2 Palace players held the Donny players away. He swiveled on the ball, had a shot, hit the post, and then it's bounced off Billy Sharp and landed right at Munoz's feet, and it's just gone bang, easy peasy, 1-0. But it's a good free kick.
I was checking it because I thought that he might end up with the assist, Mateta, but because it hit Sharp first, it's not counted.
No.
Yeah, Tony's. I don't know if Tony's going to make it or not. I'll have a look in a sec if we've heard from him.
He said he's written it off. He said.
All right, next time we'll quickly summarise his team. I can't remember what 2 moves he made, but he's brought McAtee in and gave him the armband because he thought nailed on for 90 at least in the first game. It didn't quite happen, did it? Where they were behind, they subbed him off, didn't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what his second was? Was it Vardiol?
Vardiol was the other one, yeah.
So, yeah, the punt hasn't quite paid off, but he's still done okay for points, actually. 38 points.
Yeah.
If you've joined us in the chat, you're obviously already part of our community. But if you're listening to this later on, if you'd like to become a YouTube channel member or one of our Patreon members, you can get early access to the pods. You can join us live, answer your questions on the pod, and obviously Ben's fixture ticker as well. This is like prime time for you updating your fixture ticker. You've just done the FA Cup draws as well, haven't you? Added them
it's all up to date now.
I've got a slide with the draw as well, so we'll show that in a minute. But maybe you could take us through the fixtures quickly in a sec. But we're also going to have our meetup. We've got a date now to announce for our meetup, so anyone's welcome to come along to it for the 2025 meetup. We're going to head to Leeds on the 5th of April from around midday. We'll add some more details like where we'll meet and stuff once we've got numbers. But we'll probably head off to a sports bar, probably go out for a curry or something like that, and then see where the night takes us. But it'd be great if you could join us. Obviously, we're arranging it in Discord, but if you're on Twitter or YouTube or anything like that, just drop us a message and we can give you the details nearer the time. Just let us know you're interested. But yeah, let's go to the FA Cup. Have you got your Patreon fixtures open at the moment?
Yeah.
So do you want to quickly talk us through? Because currently on Dream Team, Gameweek 26 just isn't showing. It's just showing as a blank currently. Fire away.
So we'll have a look at Game 26, which is coming up in March, around the first week of March. Which is FA Cup 5th round weekend. So no Premier League football. So there'll be plenty of blanks. And it's also the first leg of the round of 16 in all the European competitions. So there could be double game weeks for the European teams there. There's only 3 teams left in the FA Cup that play in Europe, which is Man City, Aston Villa, and Man United. But Man City have to go through Real Madrid first in the playoffs this week. So see how they get on there. So they might only have a single against Plymouth, which is still a decent fixture. But will they go strong? I mean,
I said one last dance for Marmouche. We're going to have to captain him again.
Yeah. Plymouth have beaten 2 Premier League teams now, haven't they?
Yeah.
So
Brentford as well.
they can turn it on when they want. Still near the bottom of the Championship, though. They've signed some good players. Looking at the squad yesterday, they've signed some good Eastern European players to strengthen the team, and they look really good. So
that keeper was class.
Yeah. So there's going to be a single for Arsenal because they've got the European round of 16 first leg, a single for Liverpool, my Chelsea and Tottenham have singles as well. There's blanks for West Ham, Everton, Brentford, Leicester, and Southampton. Complete blanks in 26. Do you want to go through the draw?
Yeah. So, Preston, Burnley, not going to affect Dream Team, but we've got Aston Villa versus Cardiff. Thought Villa looked pretty good, getting their new signings involved, didn't they, yesterday?
Yeah.
It looks like Palace are now going to face Millwall, as long as Doncaster don't rescue it with a couple of goals. We've got Manchester United at home to Fulham, Newcastle versus Brighton, Bournemouth versus Wolves. That could be a nice one actually. If you're looking like game week 25, go for like Bournemouth players or potentially Wolves. That will carry on now into game week 6. They'll have a game rather than blank, won't they? Man City versus Plymouth, obviously you've just mentioned. And then tomorrow we'll find out which one of Exeter, Forest face Ipswich. So yeah, quite a few big guns eliminated from this round. Quite a few questions surrounding the fixtures. So should we go straight into the Patreon questions?
Yeah.
Or Patreon and YouTube channel member questions, because we've got one YouTube one as well. So from Mammoth first. So should I get a double game week player this week or go for a gamble with Clivert, who has Saints and a double the following week? So yeah, Clivert or single game week players. Are any of those on the menu for you this week?
Well, like I always try and get an extra game out of the players because they all add up, don't they? You going double every week. It's all going to add up. But yeah, I do really like that Bournemouth run of games. Southampton in a single, which the way Bournemouth are playing, it's probably going to be a double for them. If you know what I mean, they're going to get plenty of points. They could get plenty of points in that game, and then they've got Wolves and Brighton away. And they go to Wolves. They've got Wolves at home in the cup as well, so they don't blank in the game 26. So it could be a nice little hold through there. Yeah, Clivert's probably on the menu from Bournemouth for me. I don't mind Semenyo. Semenyo played this time, didn't he? Hey?
Do you see his pen?
Yeah, just smashed it in the bottom corner.
I like that run up.
Yeah. Clivert didn't play, did he? But still a good option.
Off the bench, I think, didn't he? I think I saw
him at some point. I know he didn't start. Still a good option though, obviously on penalties when he starts. Yeah, good fixtures. But yeah, double game week players for me. Obviously Aston Villa have got Ipswich and Liverpool, both at home. Have Liverpool got a little gap in the armour now, or is it just because he weakened the team at the weekend?
I think he just, I don't know. I think maybe underestimated him a little bit. I know he had to rest players, but he could have kept a few on the bench, couldn't he? Just in case. Like, you see how quickly KDB changed the game. I know they didn't rotate as much, but if they'd have just chucked on like a Gakpo for the last 20 minutes or something, they could have been okay, maybe, couldn't they? Yeah, no, I think they're still going to be strong, aren't they? And yeah, focusing on the other competitions, I don't particularly blame them. They've already got one final in the bag as well, haven't they? So, yeah, I think I'd still be tempted for the double game week players myself. I know it's the boring answer, isn't it? But I just think City, Liverpool, Villa, there are good people, like players to choose from, isn't there? So, I guess the thing you're going to weigh up is if you've got all the main people, like say you've got a Rodgers, a Haaland, a Foden, and like the Salah Gakpo's in. I can see the argument if you're maybe talking about, and I'm going to throw Diaz in there because he's been scamming us, hasn't he, these last few weeks? If it's between Diaz and Clivert now, maybe Clivert. If we're talking McAllister or Szoboszlai, maybe it's Clivert. If it's one of those sort of fringe doublers, maybe I could see the argument. But yeah, I've still got a space that's got kind of Rodgers' name in it or someone like that, I think. There are drawbacks though, I suppose, like Newcastle. It is Newcastle, isn't it? Newcastle, Real Madrid, quite tough games. But Liverpool, Wolves, Villa is nice. And then even Villa, like the Ipswich game is a really nice one, and almost that Liverpool game is a free pass almost, isn't it? If you've got like a Rodgers, you just hope for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think doubles. I know it's the boring answer. but I'd still go that way. But it could work. It could easily work.
Are you still interested in Tillemans? You were interested in a few weeks ago.
I'll save it for the last question because
Right.
we've got a question on the best Villa options at the end. So I'll save it. But yeah, I do like these bonus players. Let's go to Jay Baker and then we'll come back to that. And so, any news on if there'll be Prem games for Gameweek 26? And if not, would you try getting rid of Liverpool, Spurs, and Chelsea? I can just kind of take that one really. I'm pretty certain there's not going to be any Gameweek 26 Prem games. Me and Ben were just having a little look there to see if there's any that could be rearranged for that week, but I don't think there's any that will be brought forward. We'll know about it probably by next week if there is, but looking at the schedule, I don't think there's any that can be brought forward. But if you're looking at the Dream Team calendar, it won't say it, but it will be, what is it, FA Cup and Europe. So that should fill out by, it'll fill out with the FA Cup games, won't it, by tomorrow? And then,
Yeah,
should, by the following week, it'll add the European games in, I guess. So, yeah, I don't think there'll be any Prem games in 26. But Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea won't have Premier League, but they'll have a European fixture. So you're saying get rid of Liverpool, Spurs, and Chelsea, but they will still have a single, won't they, in Europe?
Yeah.
So they're not complete blanks, just in case you thought that. Do you think Palmer starts? Like it says, getting rid of Chelsea. I don't think many people have got Chelsea unless it's Palmer. He's in the European squad now.
Isn't he? It's in the squad
so
now, yeah.
if it's just a European single,
I believe it. I believe he'll start in knockout stages now. I think they've got a blank in the weekend as well, so he'll be well rested. Yeah, they play on the 25th midweek against Southampton, and there's a blank, and then they'll play the first leg of Europe on around the 6th of March on the Thursday. So yeah, I think he'll play.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I think he probably will play. They're coming under a little bit of scrutiny now. The results are a bit iffy, aren't they?
Mm.
And it's coming under some criticism. So yeah, maybe he just starts throwing him in now. But I don't think it's time to move off Liverpool and Spurs, is it?
No.
Would you move off Spurs?
Obviously, if it's a poor pick from them teams, possibly, but Spurs players like Porro, Kulusevski, they're just getting points from nowhere, aren't they? Really. Yeah, the only one I'd probably have from Chelsea at the minute is probably Palmer. So, yeah, and Liverpool's still got plenty of options.
I'm willing to retract my Kinski as a good option.
I know what you're going to say.
He's looking well dodgy, isn't he? He looked brilliant that first Liverpool game, and then last few. I mean, he's not getting much help, is he, from the defence? But yeah, that's some big mistake yesterday, and now he's been binned from the European squad as well, hasn't he? The whole time we were like, can he play? Can't he play? We'll figure it out. We spent all that time looking, and then they've just not even included him in the squad because they needed to register. Well, the priority was to register some defenders because they just haven't got any at the moment, wasn't it? So,
yeah, you only get free changes, and Vicario's back soon, so they didn't really need to include him.
Old Tell has made the squad.
Yeah,
up top. All right, Tell. So he's in there, but yeah, no Kinski. Nuke Doggy. Good evening. Early thoughts on captaincy. You want to go?
Well, you've got to pick a dual game week player, haven't you? You got to. So looking at that, Man City, Liverpool, Villa have all got doubles, and obviously players that stand out for me are Salah, Haaland, possibly Watkins. But yeah, I think I'm thinking Salah at the minute. Wolves at home, Villa away. Man City have Newcastle at home, Real Madrid away. Real Madrid have got some injuries at the back, haven't they? So
yeah, the whole back line looked a bit dodgy. Both the centre backs I'm pretty sure they played Atletico at the weekend, didn't they? And both the centre backs, I think, were missing. I think they were playing out Camavinga at centre back potentially. Yeah, not looking good.
Yeah,
especially as we ain't got Haaland.
Yeah, and obviously Villa's got Ipswich, which is a nice fixture at home, and then they've got Liverpool at home, which you'd think they'd be up for at home. Definitely Villa, so could be a good differential. But yeah, I probably will be on Salah.
Yeah, I thought it was a Haaland versus Salah week as well. The thing is, like, I know I went differential this week. You want to try pick and choose the weeks, don't you? But this kind of looks like one to maybe go safe. And then 25 is 25. Game week 25 is wide open potentially for captaincy if you wanted to go different. So no problems with playing it safe kind of this week, and then maybe try and take your punt the week after. It was Tchouaméni that was at centre back, not Camavinga.
Yeah, next week's going to be interesting. There'll be a lot of differential captains, I think.
Yeah, yeah, that'll be an exciting one. We'll save that for next week, but already got my eye on one for there. Andy Barnett, after the Villa result, do you now think Spurs will go full strength in the Europa League, considering Ange always wins a trophy in his second season, mate? Well, they have been as full strength as they can, haven't they? They've got no one. They've got, as much as I love sort of sticking the boot in, they really haven't got much to choose from at the minute, have they? Player wise, not looking good.
Yeah. I think they will be going for this. Definitely. They've obviously been knocked out both cups now in the domestic cup, so yeah, I think they will go strong. But they've got tricky defensive fixtures at the minute. They've got, was it Man U at the weekend?
Yeah.
Ipswich away, who done them at home, but you should think they should do Ipswich, and then Man City at home. I think Porro's still a good hold, just because he can get bonus points and obviously chances created, and he's on set pieces and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't think many people will be on more than one.
Yeah, I still think like Kulusevski as well is probably going to be all right for that sort of period. He's still done all right, didn't he, yesterday? Quite a few tackles thrown in there for him yesterday as well. But yeah, maybe Kinski's the guy that doesn't stay. But you think they'll win the Europa League?
Probably not. I'm not sure, mate. Not at the minute, the way they're playing.
Who's the favourites?
What do you think?
It's got to be them or United have still got to be favourites. Let's have a quick look.
There's some better teams in there though. Like you got Bilbao.
Yeah, they're third favourite. United are the favourites now.
Lazio in there.
Lazio fourth.
Yeah.
Frankfurt fifth. Real Sociedad, Roma, Lyon.
There's some good teams in there.
I know he always wins a trophy in his second season, but I don't think he's going to do it. He's got to make it that far as well, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think Chelsea's got an easier run to win their paint trophy.
The European paint trophy. Grommers, more Spurs and United. Are Spurs and United worth holding over the next few game weeks, even though their form is shocking? So we've pretty much said like Porro, Kulusevski. I would consider moving Kulusevski maybe this week against United if it was to be able to fit a Rodgers or like a doubler from somewhere else in. But last time I took Kulusevski out, he just went on a ridiculous run of scoring goals every game. So
yeah, I can imagine a few taking him out as well because he hasn't been very consistent lately. No. But then he's gone and got 10 points at the weekend. So
I don't think you can move. I don't know what you think. I don't think you can move Bruno at the minute. I know it's that single. Well, they're both facing off against each other, aren't they, in a single?
Yeah.
But then after that, they've got one of the better doubles in Gameweek 25. Where is it? Everton away, Ipswich home. And then we now know that they're through to the next round of the FA Cup. So they're going to double the week after that as well, aren't they? Fulham and whoever they get in the Cup. So I think Bruno stays. Do you?
Yeah, I think they'll go strong in the Cup as well. Bruno plays most games anyway, doesn't he? Even if the team's weakened. Obviously, it's a Fulham's a strong team at home, so I imagine it's a full strength team for that. So it'll be a good double game week for him, and then he's got another double the week after that. And then the week of the Carabao Cup final is just before the international break. They play Leicester, so yeah, good run of fixtures. So I won't be moving him on.
Yeah, I think Kulusevski, probably looking at the fixture ticker now, probably is one of the ones that maybe I'd consider moving on, because you can get probably a better double than Ipswich City, but then they do quite well against City every time, don't they? But then there's no FA Cup game. But then you say that, but like Man City, you're probably not going to get a double from them if they've got Plymouth in there. That's going to be hard, isn't it? You may get a Villa double with Cardiff. Yeah, maybe that could be the way to go. DT Patrick, City's fixtures looking fairly tough. Is it still essential to get Haaland back in? Would you reckon? Straight back in?
He's penciled to come back in for me. But yeah, it's probably not essential over this period. But who else are you going to go for? There's not many doubles this week, is there? So, I mean, you could keep Marmoush. Would you keep Marmoush over Haaland? I don't think I would.
No.
Not because I think that's two must-win games, and Haaland's the main man, so he'll play 90 minutes both games.
Yeah, I was only willing to brave it this week because I was that adamant that Haaland wouldn't get Orient, and then I was fairly confident that I could get two from Marmoush. So, and with the armband as well, So, yeah, maybe you can take it on if it's a very clear 2-for-1.
What about if you want to take it on with, say, Watkins is back, Ipswich at home, Liverpool at home? You want to take it on with that? That's the only one I can see really as a striker.
Yeah, but I just don't think you're going to get that guarantee from Emery, are you? You're not going to get that guarantee that he's going to play it. So then it's a risk. No, I'd probably, if I'm looking at it now, in a period where you've got doubles like 24 and 25, I just don't think it's worth taking it on really. And then maybe you have a look again in Gameweek 26 where it's Plymouth again, and then Champions League. They could end up with a really tough game again, couldn't they? So maybe it's worth taking it on again that week, but I wouldn't mess with it now. He's going to be like, I know we think Salah's probably the best captaincy pick this week, but there will still be those that go Haaland, won't there?
Yeah.
So you're going against him on captaincy as well as ownership, I think. Nah. Keep him or get him. Kirai, thanks for the question on a Bournemouth differential, but did we cover that with Clivert? Pretty much the same applies, doesn't it?
Firmino.
Yeah. And then Patrick again. So has the FA Cup exit for Liverpool made you reconsider how many players of theirs you want?
No, it's not put me off having the players. Like they're only one fixture down up to game week 29, really. So they've still got the double next week, double the week. Obviously, everyone's got a double in game week 25. And then because they blank in the FA Cup, they've still got the Champions League game, and then they play Southampton in a double after that with the second leg of the Champions League. So, yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about having Liverpool players in your team now. Obviously, still the best team in the country at the moment. So,
Be interesting to know what happens with Trent, because obviously Bradley wasn't in the cup squad
Yeah,
at all, wasn't it? So that's kind of hinting that maybe, well, we'll see anyway at Everton. But yeah, maybe that one ends up being a bit more longer term than we thought. Yeah, the only one that I'm considering maybe losing is Diaz. I've had enough. Do we agree? Do we agree that?
you've jinxed him.
Come
You
on,
you sold him. You sold him, didn't you? When he had that big 19-pointer or something.
Yeah.
Brought him back, did nothing. You miss
Come
his
on,
hat trick.
let's agree, right? Did I? I didn't have his hat trick. No, did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
yeah,
I
I didn't
did.
have that. Come on, let's agree now. We can't keep calling him the new Mahrez. Or
Yeah. Well, it's a different game now, isn't it? When Mahrez was playing, I mean, for saying that, Mahrez was getting assists and goals nearly every week, though. Even though he weren't playing, starting all the matches. Just going off Patrick's question, if Trent was injured next week, longer term, who would you bring in?
I'd probably go. Oh, like Vardy would be tempting with the double, but then I'd almost just be half tempted to just bring Gabriel back in, potentially. Conor Bradley, though. Conor Bradley should then play doubles, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
We've got David F in the chat. He captained Bradley this week.
Yeah. Bad luck.
He says actually. I was just thinking about this. He says I've capped Bradley. I need him to start. Who's your vice, David? You may end up better off if he doesn't start or doesn't play. If he ends up on your vice, let us know in the chat box. But I think he is going to play anyway. Yeah, I think I'd just go. Wouldn't you just go Trent to Gabriel?
Yeah, I was looking at that, but then you're 2 fixtures down by Gameweek 26, aren't you? On Vardio, but Vardio's fixtures are horrible defensively, aren't they? Like Newcastle, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Tottenham. Probably won't play Plymouth anyway.
I don't know if you'll be 2 down, will you? Because do you think Vardio will play Plymouth?
I don't think he'll play Plymouth anyway. Yeah, you're probably right. Bradley short term could be good. I don't really like any Villa defenders. Do you like any?
No. Concer's out, and they've got the new guy Garcia playing. I think it's Garcia playing right back.
Yeah.
Disassi to come in still. At the moment, they're playing. Who did they play? Kamara.
Yeah. Kamara and Concer went off injured.
Oh yeah, of course he went off injured, didn't he? So yeah,
come on.
Not looking good.
Yeah, they're unpredictable in defence, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Mings and Pau Torres are not far off coming back, but yeah, you just don't want to be guessing on it, do you? So maybe Munoz with that the cup game now. That's finished. That's finished 2-0.
Yeah, that would be a fun little differential, wouldn't it? Obviously, single against Everton, Fulham away, Villa at home, and then Millwall, and then Ipswich at home. But then they blank in 28, don't they? So that's when you need to probably jump off.
Yeah, I can't really see any of the real doublers that I'd like. No, I probably will just be get straight back on Arsenal, I think. Ian Curry, this was a good one actually. Quite a few people might relate to this, but how can he make up 170 points between now and the end of the season without it backfiring through crazy gambles? So I think I made it 15 more game weeks left. So 11 points a game week. How would you go about it?
I'd obviously keep an eye on your rival's team and look for players that he hasn't got that you think that you can gain on, and they've got like good fixtures and obviously good volume of fixtures. And like we were just saying there, the more players, double players you've got, the more it'll add up through as get to the end of the season. I've had so many seasons where I've started off slowly and people are like, oh, you're crap and all that, and they're giving you crap and in the WhatsApp groups, and then you just slowly just catch up by keeping your eye on the fixture count, and you just catch up, and then you eventually take over, and then they're like, how did you do that? So keep an eye on the fixtures and look for good low owned players, and obviously keep an eye on his team. Try and pick players that he ain't got on his team. Clever captaincies as well. Potential like next week, Gameweek 25. You could go for someone differential like an Mbumo. He's got like he could even bring Mbumo in 24. He's got West Ham away, Leicester away, and Everton in the double, but then blanks in 26. So you got to make sure you got transfers to move him back out. It's someone like that.
Yeah, something like this. Your ticket's like quite handy for that, isn't it? Because like if you think the guy you're up against, I don't know, the guy you're up against might be well tuned in and listening to maybe even this or whatever, you don't know. But like if he's someone that's not as dedicated, you might be able to look a bit longer term and get all those extra fixtures planned out like in advance and catch him out maybe. And like you say, those extra points do add up, because even like this game week was maybe a little bit of a preview, because even though a Marmouche didn't really work and Diaz didn't really work, I tended to have quite a lot of players play still. And there were some players that had like Gordon didn't play or Dubravka didn't play. And then you still ended up making quite big jumps in your position just based off those like 2 pointers and stuff. So yeah, they definitely do add up. Maybe captain, like you said, choose players they haven't got, but also maybe try and be a little bit unpredictable, because you don't know what point they might try and block you as well. They're probably thinking, who are you going to bring in? So yeah, maybe try and be a little bit unpredictable. The captaincy swings, like there's a few opportunities, isn't there, where it's kind of 50-50 a lot of the time. Like say it is a Haaland Salah, maybe it is just you take on the popular one, just picking your moments though. But yeah, I think it's doable. I think it still is doable, but you do have to take. I know you don't want to do crazy gambles, but you're still going to have to do a fair few gambles, aren't you? And have a little bit of luck along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. Utilising that FA Cup as well could be good, if you think you've got a better gauge of guessing the squads than they have. Asla looking to bring in Foden, Haaland, Palmer, and Gabriel over the next 2 game weeks. Which 2 would you prioritise this week? I thought this one was pretty straightforward. You want to?
Go on now.
I think. Well, we just said about playing the doubles.
Yeah,
it's got to be Foden and Haaland, isn't it? First, you're going to get the four fixtures versus the 2 out of Palmer, Gabriel, and then bring those 2 in the week after. I think, because they're now Don starters, aren't they, for next week?
Yeah, agree.
And also, again, I mentioned it, but you're nullifying the Haaland captaincy. If you're going Salah on captaincy and other people going Haaland, at least you've got him rather than not having him at all.
Yeah.
DC Philip, going into Gameweek 24, which Arsenal players, if any, are you looking to bring in? So, like, I said I would go Gabriel reluctantly if Trent's out, but I wasn't thinking of doing any this week. Were you?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Gabriel probably the only one I'd look at. If Trent's injured, maybe I could go there. But yeah, not really interested at the minute. Can't wait for Saka to get back, really. But that's going to be a while.
No, I'm hearing different things on him. It started to sound a little bit positive. I think people are just making things up because he's gone to Dubai with everyone and he's in the pictures. Doesn't necessarily mean he's doing all the training that everyone else is doing. So he's gone jetted away. But he posted quite a lot of pictures of him doing gym work and stuff today. And so people started saying, oh, he could be back early. But yeah, I think it's still going to be sort of end of March start of April. Yeah, I think it's too early 24, but I'm tempted by Declan Rice. And I know it is a well boring pick, and I'm going to talk about Tielemans a little bit in a bit as well. But I've taken a few gambles here and there. But I think at the start of the season, I mean, I'm doing well now still, but at the start of the season, I was picking players that were really good for bonus, and that was helping. I think Rice has been really, really good for bonus this season. Puts in some real good corners, doesn't he? Set pieces that we do well out of. So he's on 33 bonus, which puts him fourth. He's actually doing all right for attacking returns as well. So 7 assists, 3 goals. So it seems to be playing a little bit more advanced. So I think he could be a shout, but I know it's not the most exciting. I saw the Dream Team admin as well earlier post that I think he was something like 3rd for big chances created. So it's a shout, it's a differential, but it's not explosive, is it? Batnwanieri, 1.9. Martinelli's now injured straight after the transfer window closed.
Yeah, I do like the look of him. If he's going to get more minutes, he could be an exciting pick. Yeah, definitely.
It's just a shame we don't need the money, isn't it? 1.9. We just don't need it at the moment. I just don't think you need to take the risk either. Like when there's other options there, isn't there? He will take set pieces though if he's playing. One last thing, it's not someone that I would bring in, but Ben White sounds like he's going to be back straight after this little break, so I probably wouldn't rush into Timber. Although Timber can play either side. So yeah, probably not, but maybe come 25, I might look to get an Arsenal player in. But even then, no FA Cup, is it?
Yeah, that's what puts me off a little bit.
Yeah. And you're not going to go Havertz with some of the options you've got up top either, are you? So, no, I think it's not looking great. Are you bringing any Villa players in since they doubled in Gameweek 24 and 25? So I think we can agree that Rodgers is the obvious one. He's going to get his rise. I think he was probably in everyone's mind even before yesterday, wasn't he? Before the goal and assist. He has got a knack, hasn't he, of being in the right place, because quite a few of his goals have been like in and around the 6-yard box kind of thing. But 11 goals, 7 assists for the season. 2 more yellow cards and he's banned for 2 games. So that's a bit of a tightrope, isn't it? Because I think you're fine for this week, aren't you? Because he could get booked in both of them and he's fine. But if he's booked in both of them, he'll miss the double completely, won't he?
So he's got.
He's on 8.
Oh yes, you're right. Yeah. So if he gets in the double next week, gets a yellow in each one, he will miss a double in 25. Yeah.
If he got a yellow in that Liverpool game in the second fixture, or even in the first, but didn't get one against Liverpool, would you still have him? Keep him for the double? I think I'd have to sell.
I'm not sure. I probably would look at someone a bit differential who's got a really good double, potentially. But yeah, he's got a double again in 26 now as well, isn't he? So Cardiff in the FA Cup. They double all the way through to 27, and then in 28 they blank, don't they? So
would you be tempted to skip on this double for them and just target someone for like 25, or do you think you'll probably end up going on and then hopping off again?
Sorry, what's that?
Do you think you'd be set on bringing a Villa player in for this week, or looking at some of those like good options for 25? Would you be tempted just to get someone else in a little bit early, like someone mentioned, Cliver, or picking out one of your Gameweek 25 players early?
Well, there is potential for that, because obviously they've got Liverpool and Chelsea in those 2 doubles, which is toughish with the Chelsea's. Chelsea's not been too great lately, but yeah, I mean you could do that, but I think Rodgers is probably the only one I'm really interested in Villa. You could then I wouldn't go for anybody else. I might go for a single Gameweek player and try and look at getting someone in place for a captaincy in Gameweek 25, a differential captain maybe.
It's hard, isn't it? Because like if you bring Rodgers in, you probably there's so many doubles coming. You kind of be tempted just to keep hold, but
yeah.
Who else do you move? Because we're saying we don't want to move Bruno.
Yeah. Liverpool and Man City play each other in 25 as well, so
See you later, Diaz.
Obviously going to be nice to captain somebody else, I think, that week.
Yeah. Maybe another player with the same celebration as him. I was gonna give you a mini bit of trivia. So obviously part of the question was any other Villa players. Reckon you could guess the top 5 point scorers over the last 4 weeks for Villa? So Rodgers in at first, 43 points. Who do you think second?
Definitely ain't Martinez, is it?
No, this one's a bit of a surprise. Join in the chat as long as you're not cheating.
Yeah. Do you know what? Watkins has got to be up there, isn't he?
Watkins is third.
Tielemans?
No, Tielemans is in fourth.
Don't know. Go on.
It is Ramsey.
Oh, yeah, he scored, didn't he?
Yeah, he's on 38 points to Rodgers' 43. Ramsey's got 2 more points than Watkins. Tielemans is only on 29, actually. Kamara then is the 5th, even though he's been playing at centre-back. And Digne and Martinez are down in 6th and 7th.
Yeah.
Gaz got it. Well played. Yeah, so maybe he could be a shout, but they've got a few options now, haven't they? Like, Rodgers is not getting taken off. I don't know if Ramsey went off in the last game. Let's have a quick look. No, Ramsey did play the full 90, actually. So he finished on 12 points. But they've got Rashford to come in. They've got Asensio to come in. I tell you what, I'm impressed with that Donnell Marlon, actually. He was playing as striker. But only got 66 minutes. Then Watkins is going to come in at some point, isn't he? I just think there's too much uncertainty apart from Rodgers. Yeah, I liked Tielemans. He's still on all the set pieces, and he still does do well for bonus. But those attacking returns are just putting Rodgers ahead, aren't they? I think it's closing in on like 20 attacking returns for the season. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I'm happy with Martinez though. I know he dropped the ball yesterday, didn't he? But looking at the way the fixtures have gone now, that's played into his hands, isn't it? Having all of those doubles.
Yeah, I bet a few people will be bringing him in now.
Yeah, it was actually already pretty highly owned, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I'm happy with how that one's panned out. So maybe Martinez is a move. Again, it's not the most exciting, but could be a shout with all those fixtures coming. He'll play them. But yeah, no one else for me other than I just don't think I can bring Watkins in without getting the clarity that he's going to start. And you know what these managers are like now. They're not going to tell us the truth, are they? No love for Rashford?
No, I've got to see a bit more from him. I thought he would have got a start in the FA Cup, but must not be fit enough to start. So, yeah.
Hey, the PR that was coming out was that he's got the 4th best body fat percentage in the squad, so he must be fit enough to play.
Where'd you see that?
There was just a load of articles coming out, like when he was doing his first training sessions. Oh, he's looking so sharp in training. He gave up his day off so he could train more. He just loves training. Yeah. Not for me either. If you had Haaland and Foden already, would you bring in a third City player or wait to see if they get past Madrid before adding more?
Yeah, we'll get to see the Real Madrid game tomorrow before the deadline. Deadline's Friday again, isn't it? 6:30. Brighton Chelsea's the first game on Friday. So see how they get on against Madrid in the home leg, and then potentially Vardiol is an option for this little period of double game weeks. But yeah, not great fixtures for City, so I'm not rushing to get any players at the minute. I've got Foden and Haaland. Oh, sorry, I'm potentially bringing Haaland back in. God, that feels weird saying that there. No, I haven't got Haaland. He's always in my team normally. Took him out a few weeks ago.
Hey, are you worried about this game tomorrow?
A little. I am a little bit now because of the defense issues with Madrid. But yeah, it is what it is now.
Still got his one, didn't he, against Arsenal when we went against him?
Yeah. A lot of people sold him though, didn't they?
Yeah, I can't remember what his ownership dropped down to. Was it like 28% or something?
I'll check it.
In top 1K, I think that was. Oops. Yeah, I don't think I'd had any others.
59% owned in the top 1K now.
Ooh, yeah, no, that was for the Arsenal game, so quite a few must have bought him back.
Yeah, I think a few did. 55% in top 100.
Scary one. And quite a few probably captained him as well. Again, that Friday deadline. This is the period you talked about, wasn't it? Friday deadline this week, or last week, this week, and then the following week's Friday too.
Yeah.
They're stressful when you got work as well. Not good.
Only 8% captained Haaland in the top 1K.
8?
Yeah.
Blimey. Be more worried about the Liverpool game then.
20% in the top 100. That's more your area, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a worrying one. Oh well, we'll see. Hopefully, Marmouche can do something. But yeah, third City player. It'd probably be Vardiol for me if I was going to do one, but not that keen. Then we've got one from YouTube channel member Jigger. Is Rico Lewis 2.8 worth a further hold, do you think? I've been meaning to move him on. However, now he's finally performed, albeit in the FA Cup against Leyton Orient. I wonder if it's worth keeping him a little bit longer. Bought him in for Connor Bradley. I bought in Connor Bradley of Trent Alexander-Arnold, the best option. I have him anyway, but might have been a mistake with Bradley, as Trent appears not to have a long-term injury. Like the look of Jed Spence. Is he a reasonable shout? Rico Lewis first. Any love for Rico?
I don't know. He hasn't been starting a lot lately, has he? So yeah, I know he scored a deflected goal. Well, he didn't score it. Sorry, Kuzanov knocked it in. Somehow hit his head and went in. But yeah, he shot. I'm not sure. I mean, it wouldn't be priority move him out, but if you've got nothing else to do, definitely move him on.
Yeah, I'm looking at them. I don't think he's going to start Real Madrid this leg. I don't see him starting Newcastle. They seem to have settled on the team without him now, don't they?
Yeah, they're playing Nunes at right back. So probably see how they get on tomorrow. If they don't start him, then you could possibly move him on.
Yeah, I'm not keen. Just looking at the games like Newcastle, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Spurs. He might end up not playing again till Plymouth, maybe. I would move him on, I think. And then Bradley, just wait. You just wait and see what happens with Bradley, don't you? So I brought in Connor Bradley. You just wait and see.
Yep.
Bradley plays Everton and Trent isn't on the bench and Slot doesn't say, oh yeah, Trent's coming back this week, you just keep Bradley, I think. Even if you do keep Bradley and Trent comes back, maybe Trent can only play one. Might not be the end of the world. Jed Spence looks good though. He's doing good. He's doing like well for bonus, isn't he? And now he has been registered now for the European squad, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think he's a shout if you need someone a bit cheaper.
Yeah, 3 points, bonus points at the weekend. Come away with 5 points overall. Not bad. Done Porro over for a point.
So on 18 bonus points that seems pretty good for the amount of games he's played. 18 bonus from 17 matches.
It's fun. It's so mad, isn't it? Like any other game, we wouldn't be looking at Spurs defenders, but because of the bonus and chance created, tackles, they're doing well.
Yeah, I don't mind that. If it comes down to like needing someone a bit cheaper, would you rather have Jed Spence than Mazraoui? Fixtures are nice for United. 2.9.
That's a good question. I probably would go Mazraoui just because they've got the FA Cup game. But I like the Munoz shout if you want to go a bit cheap, like differential.
It's not. Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's expensive now. I saw this earlier. 4.9.
Wow, I thought it was gonna be a lot cheaper than that.
Yeah. Telegraph, he's peanuts, isn't he?
Yeah, 2.7 in Telegraph. Just brought him in tonight in all my Telegraph teams.
He's the third most expensive defender in the game. On this, more than Gabriel.
He obviously deserves it because he's been scoring the points. So yeah,
he hasn't got the extra game to lose value in, has he? That's what it is.
Be going up again now as well. 15-pointer today. Did you see his PPM? He got a -1 in PPM and still scored 15 points.
It's 106 tackles he's on. It's like 30 odd. It's about 30 points clear of third place for tackles. Mazraoui's top of 113. That's mad. Good player. That's it. Let's have a quick look in the chat, see if there's any last minute questions. Joe Cook, does Dubravka keep his spot or is it time to move him on? What would you do there? So he did play the cup, didn't he? Not the FA Cup, the Carabao. But then Pope came in, didn't he, for the Carabao?
Pope played in
the FA Cup, sorry.
Yeah, I mean it's not priority, but if you've got no other moves in your team, then you could move him on for someone who's got a double game week. A certain Emmy Martinez, possibly.
Can't be
Allison,
you know.
Allison would probably be a decent pick as well. With not being in any cups now, are they? So they've only got the Champions League to play for. So Allison should play all them games now.
Yeah, what do you think on that, by the way? Like, because he was, I thought that Allison was going to come in for that semi-final against Spurs.
Yeah.
They played Kelleher, and the reason they played Kelleher was because Allison was just rested, apparently, and completely left out the squad. He's then completely rested again for Plymouth.
Didn't he play the first leg, Liverpool?
Yeah, so he played the first leg.
Yeah. Thought he did.
And then, so I thought he'd played a second. But then he didn't. And then all the big Liverpool pages were saying, "Oh, don't worry, it's just a rest." And I was thinking he's going to be rested for Plymouth as well.
Yeah,
I know he makes a lot of saves, doesn't he? But how hard are you working in the net? Keep an eye on that one, I reckon. Secret injury.
He does get injured a lot, Allison. Every season. Yes,
maybe that's why they're letting him have a rest then. Check if there's any last orders. Nad Gill, what do you think of bringing Palmer in for 24 and hold until 27? So 24, Brighton away, single. I think everyone's going to want him for 25, don't you? Villa away, Southampton home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what he means. Keeping him till 27, because 26 probably just a European single, but then Leicester home and a European match double in 27.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a good shout. I'm just not that keen on doing it a week early. Do you think you need to do it in 24?
Don't need to do it, but yeah, Brighton away. I don't know. I'd probably do it in 25 if you definitely want him. 24, I'd probably still look for a double game week player.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'd say. But I'd probably wait till 25, unless your plan revolves around getting a certain team ready for 25, and you need to make moves early, kind of thing. Steve Ricks actually mentioned Jacob Ramsey earlier. Actually, is Jacob Ramsey an option this week as a cheap option to Rodgers? Was pretty competitive on the points, but yeah, we did mention that, and I liked his comment before that. Ever since Tony moved to the room with the unicorns in his bedroom, he had trouble with his Wi-Fi. I think we should call it there. Oh, last one. Would you keep Marmoush in this week as Man City have another double, or would you swap him to Gakpo or Watkins? I'm assuming Steve has got Haaland already, maybe.
Yeah, I reckon he's got Haaland and Salah.
I'd do it to Gakpo, I think. Still, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd do it to Gakpo. Just looks more nailed and been doing really well for points. Wolves at home as well, and Villa away. So yeah, I would.
Nice one.
Tony said to mention the Patreon Shield because we've come through the 5 game weeks now. The last 32 go through to the next round now, and obviously you would have seen it in the Patreon and the Discord. So get your teams into the link that he's posted there. If you finish in the top 32, you'll see it on the Discord. I missed out on the top 32 by 8 points. And guess what? That 8 points was.
Oh, hang on. No, go on.
So it was the 50-50 between Isak and Gakpo, and I went Isak. If I went Gakpo scored the goal, I would have been in the top 32.
Yeah, I saw his message, but I was just not going to talk about it because I've gone out as well.
Yeah, Tony's doing well in it. I think he's in the top 32. So, yeah, get yourselves in there. Prize money and a trophy for the winner, or the shield. So, yeah.
Almost forgot again the leagues as well. Let's quickly blast them.
Yep.
Mini leagues. Let's go tag team first. In third, myself and Connor. In second, Paul McNulty, Andrew Ferguson. And in first, S. Maxwell and A. Gregory. Was keeping an eye on them this week. I think they both captained Diaz, this week. So we might catch you. Well played, lads.
Who did your partner, Connor, captain?
Connor, I'm pretty sure he went for Haaland, I think. Haaland or Salah.
Right.
Oh, no, he didn't. He went for Foden. What am I talking about? He went for Phil Foden. Yeah. What are you playing at, Connor? Could still work out in Real Madrid.
Yeah. The Patreon members only league. Third place, S-Pal. Second place, Lee Giles. And first, Jacko Miles. who's like in the top 20 or something in the world. So smashing it.
Yeah, doing really well. I think he's fourth. Is he? I think he might be fourth in the world, actually. Is that right?
I think you're right.
Oh no, Jacko Miles 16th currently.
16th.
I think fourth. Oh, I've forgotten his name. He's on Twitter. He's active on Twitter. George, is it? But yeah, he's doing really well as well. Really competitive up there this season. What one's up next?
Cash Dream Team Tonic Cash League. So we've got
oh sorry, is that G Mills in third?
Yeah.
Andrew Ferguson in second, and Jay Godwin in first. That's who I meant. That's who it is. He's in fourth in the overall leaderboard. Jay Godwin. So smashing it, mate. Well played.
And the Second Chance League. Tonic Second Chance League. We've got T Gladhill in third, D Malloy in second, and Ben Coles top. Coles Palmer.
Yes, his name's FPL Jord, I think it is, who's right up there in fourth. So yeah, he's smashing it. He's on Twitter if you want to give him a follow. I don't think I've got access to the other ones here. Have I? Did you just do Second Chance? So
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, is that our lot? Is it?
Yeah.
Nice one. Well, we'll try and get together for the Friday deadline. We'll see how that works out. But it's a bit of a nightmare with work. Maybe one day we can quit our jobs and do this, eh? But cheers, everyone, for tuning in. Drop a like if you've enjoyed it. And we hopefully will see you on Friday. Bye-bye.
Cheers, everyone.